this video, we have two challenges. The first challenge is 5 miles away. There is a fishing spot that is so secluded. I have never been there. And what makes it hard is not just the 5 miles, but it is 5 miles through loose packed sand all the way to the end of this really long sand spit. This is the Engwe X24, so we're gonna take it that 5 miles there and back. So we're gonna do a little over 10 miles today on the sand. So I'm really excited to see what it does. So challenge number 2 is, can I even catch a fish out there? Again, I've never even tried this spot before. I wanna find the farthest hole down that looks fishy and see if I can catch a fish. And along the way, I'll fill you in on what makes this potentially a good bike for surf fishermen, because that's what you're here for, why you guys follow Hook to Cook. So thank you guys for joining. Let's take a look at what this can do and see if we can get to the farthest spot and back and successfully catch a fish. So real quick, what makes this bike really exciting to try out for the surf is the fact that it has 24-inch tires. The last bike we reviewed had 20-inch tires, which are okay, but the taller the tire, the least resistance it has moving forward on sand. And the fact that this has knobby 4-inch wide tires also helps. So that's one of the keys that I'm really excited about on this bike, as well as it does have 2 batteries. So the life and range are gonna be really, really good. This actually has a 10 amp hour battery right in the frame, and then in the seat post, it has a 19.2 amp hour battery. So this has spectacular range. It boasts over 100 kilometers on the road, but I would expect maybe half that on the sand, which is way more than what we're gonna do today. The maximum payload on this bike is 330 pounds or 320 pounds, I believe. And it's for riders, I believe, up to 6'8". But that's why I did not opt for the X26, which has 26-inch tires. I opted for the X24 because the X26, you should be about 6 foot tall to have one of those. But this is right there. I'm just tall enough to ride this ride. All right, one of the first things I'm gonna do before starting this journey is I'm gonna turn on my app that allows me to check out how far I go. We'll get a real distance on this. So this bike does have triple suspension, as you guys saw. And what that means is it has shocks up front and in the back. And then it also has a dampener right in the middle, which should make for a really smooth ride. So right now we're on kind of this dirt path, and it's handling really nicely. Not bad. We're already at the sand, almost. Oh yeah, we're on sand now. Woo. This is pretty difficult. Oh boy, just over that hill is the ocean. Let's go. So I'm not gonna attempt to ride this bike all the way up there. It's way loose packed, and I'm pretty much just gonna hit the throttle while I walk the bike up that slope. Easier said than done, but let's go. Deep down inside, I'm hoping the way back is easier, but I doubt it. Well, we reached the summit. Not too bad. That ocean breeze feels real good. Oh yeah, it's not as an extreme slope on the way up. Hallelujah. I could probably ride down from here. All right, so up gradual grades in this really soft sand, it doesn't quite work. Straight up. But we've reached the beach. From here, where we want to go is roughly 4 miles that way. But the battery life indicator is still showing me that this bike is at 100% after all that. Water is actually looking really nice. Really nice. There's a big pocket right in front of us right now. But we don't want this. We want over there. We are about a third of the way there. We are really, really close. It's all the way up, so about 3 more miles or so. And just as a quick update, let's turn her back on. We are still at 100% battery life. Don't ask me how, but we are, which is awesome. And I am seeing amazing pockets. Look at this pocket right here. Awesome, awesome structure. You got sandbar, sandbar, farther sandbar, but there's a cut right there leading right in. Oh, it's so tempting, but I want to get all the way over there. It's no secret. You guys can see Morro Bay Rock right there. Let's see if we can get all the way. Let's see what kind of speed we can do here. Based on the other reviews, the speedometer is fairly accurate on this thing. So let's see how it does. Going 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will say, as we're picking up speed, that the torque is gradual on this thing. It doesn't just go full speed or full throttle right away. There is a bit of a delay, but that's so you can ease in and get traction. So I like that. So right now, with some pedal assist, I'm going an easy 16 miles an hour, 17, 16, 18 miles an hour, 19 miles an hour. And guys, this does have an 8-speed Shimano gear selector. So I'm not really doing what's called ghost pedaling. I am able to keep up with the engine with my pedaling to give it that assistance even at these top speeds. Let's see if I can break 20 miles an hour. There you go. 21, 21.1. Man, it's eating up the sand when it's flat and packed here. So that's good. 21.4. Man, I'm gonna be at the destination in no time. 22 miles an hour. And mind you, I have all my gear with me. And I'm a pretty big dude. I'm well over 200 pounds. Here we go. 22 miles an hour, just cruising. Easy peasy. Man, look at this. The beach is all mine. Nobody out here at all whatsoever. And I can tell you a big reason for that is because of that nasty hill climb. But I'll tell you what, man, it is worth it. Look at this view. It's almost alien. 0 footprints anywhere. Look at this, it's gorgeous. That suspension is nice. Real easy. It's got some bounce. It's definitely comfortable. Yeah, definitely a good choice with that 24-inch tire. I think what you got to do is really look at how tall you are and how big of tires you can get when you're planning on fishing the surf out here and going on the sand. I definitely recommend, if you're over 6 foot, go for that X26, but the X24 for my height, 5'8", realistically 5'7". I think the X24 is such a good call. I seriously don't know how you can beat this view. Man, feels so good to get out of the house and onto the surf too. Geez, the weather has been crazy. I haven't been able to fish all year. I finally get an opportunity to. Let's go. Our part of the Central Coast got hit really hard with those nasty winter swells. We had 20,000 wave power, totally decimated some of the beaches. All of this was underwater. That's why there's so much driftwood on the side of the beach and a bunch of kelp. So that's one thing I'm afraid of, is there might be a lot of seaweed in the water, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Nothing like the salty wind in your face, sun on your back. Man. Hard to beat for sure. So we're gonna go as far as possible here. Let's go all the way to where this beach ends. Oh, cool. Check out this big old piece of driftwood. I mean, look at this thing. That's got to be like 3,000 pounds of wood. Easily. And the waves just placed it right here, right on the beach. We are almost there, guys. Almost there. I can see the jetty from here. I can see the smokestacks of Morro Bay. It's crazy to think that just on the other side of this mound of dirt is where you can launch your boat and get out there and chase other fish. But right now, we'll see what's living out here. See if there's any surf perch or maybe striped bass. Who knows? Who knows what's out here? Yeah, this is pretty much the end almost. But let's check it out. Let's go as far as this bike can take us. Just casually going 22 miles an hour. No big deal. I am straight up having a blast filming this episode for sure. I don't know what took me so long. This thing came during Christmas. Oh wait, I know. Crappy weather conditions. That's what kept me from doing this. But man, here we are, guys. This is it. We're right here. This rarely gets fished. Let's see what's out here, baby. Let's go. Look at that. Yeah, I am so excited. I am so freaking excited. Look at this. This is as far as you can go. Right here. We made it. We made it, guys. Look at that. Full blast on those 2 batteries, 29.2 amp hours of power, and we made it. Look at the jetty. It's so beautiful. I'm so stoked. Can you tell? Woo! I am unbelievably stoked right now. We made it. Here's the jetty, and you can barely see the top of Morro Bay Rock right there. Technically, I could go around this jetty and fish the inside, but I'm sure the species I'm targeting today are in this area. But before we fish, I did want to say thank you to Engwe for supplying this bike for review. A couple things I didn't touch on are there is a button right here at the stock of the seat that activates the second battery. It's the 19.2 amp hour battery right there. These are both 48 volt batteries, and it's a 1000 watt motor that powers this thing. It is single wheel drive, but it definitely handled really, really well. And that being the case with the 2 batteries and the 1 motor, this thing has massive battery life. This is currently on Engwe's website, and if you guys use the code below in the link in the description, you guys save $100 on this bike. So again, thank you, Engwe. So that's challenge number 1. I made it. That's halfway through challenge number 1. We'll let you know at the car how we do all together at the end of this. But now the next challenge is, let's see if we can catch a fish. All right, pretty proud of this rod holder. Just zip tied a piece of PVC to my seat there, and the rod just fits nicely, nice and snug, not gonna fall out. And I put it at an angle so that I can ride under trees still. This area looks super fishy. No. I just lost the cap to my Van Staal. No. What a fail. Look at that. Oh man. And I didn't bring a spare reel. So basically what that washer does, or that screw, is it tightens down my drag. I can't believe that happened. It's probably in there somewhere. Well, it's unfishable. What a tease. I literally have never fished this area, and I get all the way out here and I can't. Oh no. Well, I guess I'm going to have to come back. Final thoughts in terms of the first time taking this out fishing. Man, I mean, it did everything that I thought it could and would, and it did it really, really well. It ended up 58%, and that's after a 9.2 mile trip. That's it for the bike. I will bring it back out, definitely. This is definitely a to be continued thing, especially since it ended so tragically with that reel. The drag knob just coming off into the ocean. I literally went back on eBay right away and ended up finding one. So I have it on order, so it should be here next week. But I do have a backup reel that I will bring out. So in a few days, I'll take this bike back out, do the same exact thing, but hopefully this time I'll be able to fish and catch fish. It looked so fishy out there. Unbelievable. Man, it was like being a mouse and the cheese is right there, but you just can't get to it. It hurts. But it did help that it was a really fun bike to ride out on the sand. Super comfortable. Even the seat was really nice. I don't feel sore from the bike at all. I'm just overall pretty happy with it. Again, if you guys are interested in this bike and watch this review, because you're interested in the bike, if you guys go onto Engwe, their website, right now these are retail at $18.99, but there is a promo code that I will link below where you guys can save $100. Again, thank you, Engwe. We will catch you on the next one. Hopefully we catch fish. Bye for now.